Hey guys, it's Monday. Welcome back to another Sunday haul. So I just got a couple of PR packages today that I wanted to share with you. The first one is from Colourpop. They sent over some brand new shades of their Super Shock shadows, and I'm not sure exactly when these are going to be releasing, but usually Colourpop releases on Thursdays. So by the time you watch this video, these should already be out and on their site. So I'll go ahead and link them down below in case you're interested in any of them. But I figured we would just open all of these up and do some quick swatches. All right, so first up we have the shade Fruit Punch. And this one is described as a bright chartreuse with gold, blue, and pink pinpoints. Next we have the shade Sweet Tea, and this one is described as a warm baby pink with silver, gold, and pink pinpoints. It's absolutely beautiful. Next up we have the shade Ladybug, and this one is described as a soft pinky gold with a pink sheen. This one is gorgeous as well. And then we have Moon Daisy, and this one is described as a metallic baby blue with blue and silver pinpoints. This one is a little bit more on the sheer side. The next shade is Chirp, and this one's described as a bright warm coral with a gold sheen. This one was really nicely pigmented. Next up is Secret Garden, and this one is described as a vivid rose gold loaded with silver, gold, and pink pinpoints. And this one is probably the most shimmery out of all of the new shades. Next we have You Are My Sunshine, and this one is described as a bright fuchsia with a blue duochrome flip. So this one looks really purple in the pan, but when I swatched it, you could definitely see more of that fuchsia coming through. And then next up we have Rosebud. This name is kind of funny because to me it doesn't say Rosebud. This is described as a metallic chocolate with a silver and gold pinpoints. And then the last shade is Heads Up, and this one is described as a metallic red with silver and gold pinpoints. So anyway, guys, those are all of the new colors of the Colourpop Super Shocks. If you haven't tried these, the formula is really beautiful. It's like a moussey texture. They're not sticky at all, and they go on your lids so beautifully. Even Moon Daisy, while it is sheer, you could easily build these up. They build on themselves really nicely as well, and I think they're just super long lasting on the eyes. They don't crease on me. I am a big fan of Super Shock shadows, especially for just those quick and easy one and done looks. I tend to do a lot of those like this time of year and in the summertime. So anyway, hopefully most of these are available by the time you guys are watching this video. Sometimes these things do tend to sell out, but don't forget to follow me over on Instagram because I usually post things over there a little bit quicker, and you can kind of get a heads up before Sunday comes if something comes in earlier during the week. So anyway, guys, that was that package. Next up, I also got a package from Persona, and they sent over their brand new Dream Stick. This is a multi-use cream bronzing stick for comfortable, everyday, sun-kissed skin. You can use these on eyes, cheeks, and lips. Also, these are already available. They came out April 21st, and they're going to be at Ulta on May 12th. So anyway, let's take a look at the colors, and we'll do some swatches. So they come in two shades, Dune and Sahara. All right, so according to the card, Dune is described as a warm medium brown. And then Sahara is described as a cool dark brown. So let's just do some quick swatches. I'm guessing these are not going to be too sticky because you can use them on your eyes as well. But it's kind of like a fine line because also if you can use them on your lips, like you don't want them to be too dry, but you also don't want them to be too greasy or too emollient because then they'll be kind of a pain in the neck on your eyes. So anyway, here's the two shades. I'm really curious to see how these actually swatch out. So let's go ahead and just kind of blend them. This one is definitely like a bit on the warmer side, but as I'm blending it, it looks really pretty on my skin tone, actually. And I thought at first that it was a little bit more of like a yellowy brown, but as I'm blending it out, it actually looks kind of like a little bit pinkish, which is perfect. That's exactly the color that I usually go for when it comes to bronzer. And even this one, I mean, it did look pretty dark in the initial swatch, but as I'm blending it out, I think if I use this one sparingly, like as a contour, that would work really well too. the texture is really nice as well. They're drying down and just kind of have a velvety feel. They're really smooth. They're not sticky. I mean, I love everything Persona comes out with. I think they always do quality over quantity. They don't release very often, but when they do, I feel like they've just put like a lot of thought into their products and just formulated everything really well. So anyway, I am super excited to use these. I mean, once they're blended out, I don't see like a ton of difference between the colors. I mean, this one's definitely like a little bit lighter on this side, but not by much. I mean, I'm sure you could probably just like build it up as well to deepen up the color. Yeah, I mean, it builds upon itself really easily. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these. If you have tried these yet, since they've been out for a little while now, if you've gotten your hands on them and what you think of them. I also just got a package from Bliss, and they sent over their Blockstar Invisible Daily Sunscreen. It has SPF 30, and this is a 100% mineral broad spectrum SPF. And it says here it's available at Target for $19.99, and that it has no white cast, no chalkiness, no greasy sheen, and no clogged pores. So that sounds really good. And the packaging is kind of giving me Supergoop vibes, which is kind of funny. I just was looking at Supergoop in the store the other day and thinking about that, you know, how I wanted to try it. But I mean, this is definitely more affordable, and I've had really good luck with Bliss products. So here's a quick look at the back panel. You have titanium dioxide at 4% and zinc oxide at 11.5. And then here's just a quick look at the rest of the ingredient list in case you're curious. Let's put a little bit of this on. I wonder if this is tinted because it says no white cast, and usually with mineral sunscreens, they have to have a little bit of a tint to them just to prevent that. And yes, it actually does. So let's just see what it feels like. Ooh, this has a really nice creamy feel. It feels almost primer-like too, which I think this is going to be great under makeup. It feels super nice. It's actually just kind of smoothing out my skin. Can you guys see that? It's like just smoothing out all the texture. And it's drying down immediately. There's no greasiness. It's not sticky in the slightest bit. It just has a really nice, elegant feel to it. Very similar to like what a chemical sunscreen would feel like. So it definitely doesn't have that thick quality that some mineral ones can, which is great. And actually, it looks like it kind of evened out my skin tone, sort of like a tinted moisturizer would, but my skin has a really like soft, velvety feel to it. This is so nice. I am very excited. I actually haven't repurchased a sunscreen yet this year, but this one is amazing. I'm definitely excited to try it, and I think the price point is pretty good as well. So I'd love to hear from you guys if you've tried this out. I don't believe it's new. I think it's been out for a little while, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. I just got my Sephora order and I picked up a couple of new things, and I also got an older thing, and this was one of those Emily Noel made me buy it products because she was talking about the Huda Beauty Tantour. She did a dupes video, I think it was last week, and she was talking about this and how it's really difficult to find a drugstore dupe for this because this one is just so good. So it made me want to try it. So let's go ahead and open everything up. I also got the new Bite Beauty Daycation Whipped Blushes. I got 2 different shades. And then I got these Tarte H2O Balm lipsticks. So I guess let's just start with the Tantour first. I got the shade Fair. And it said that it was cool toned. And basically it's like a cream bronzer. I think you can use it both as a bronzer and a contour. Yeah, it says contour and bronzer cream. So here's the packaging. Sorry, I'm getting like fingerprints all over it. I just put hand lotion on. So it says tan and tone. And then here's what the cream looks like. It actually looks kind of warm in the pan, but sometimes, I don't know, bronzers are weird like that. Let's swatch it and see what happens. All right, so yeah, that's definitely not as warm as it looks in the pan. It actually looks really nice, and wow, this is completely weightless. That was pretty much exactly what Emily said, is that it hardly feels like anything, and it really doesn't. It immediately dries to a powdery finish, so it doesn't feel sticky in the slightest bit. It actually reminds me a lot, formula-wise, of the Doll 10 cream blushes that I had shown in, I think it was last week's haul or the week before, where I had that whole set of their cream blushes. It's just like, it feels like absolutely nothing. And it's just a slight little bit of a bronze glow. So that looks really good. I am excited to play with that. I also can't wait to see what these are like. So I got two shades. I got the hibiscus one, which looked really kind of bright and fun and summery. And I also got melon mojito. So these just say vacation glow at your fingertips, dreamy creamy blush powered by superfoods. All right, so let's take a look. So here's the packaging. It's kind of interesting looking. Oh, it has a little label across it, but I think it splits in the middle. So let's see. All right, so here's what the applicator looks like, and I'm just gonna put a little bit. You kind of have to squeeze it. I'm kind of nervous that I'm gonna put too much. This is a little bit difficult to control. All right, there we go. So here's a look at the hibiscus one. Ooh, that is really like a fun texture. It's kind of moussey, it's very lightweight, and it almost feels a little bit cooling on my skin too. That's super interesting. And again, I love how lightweight that is. It feels like absolutely nothing. And it's drying down really nicely too. It doesn't feel overly sticky or dewy. I feel like it's kind of hard to see on my hand. Maybe I'll put it here. All right, so yeah, we can see the color a little bit better this way. So it has just a slight bit of almost like a shift to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a deeper color, but then it kind of sometimes looks like a berry color, but it also has this light kind of pink iridescence. It's really, really pretty. All right, and then let's check out Melon Mojito. I'm just gonna put a little there. Oh wow, this one kind of has that iridescence too. It's not really shimmer like the Melt Cosmetics ones, but it's just like it has a little bit of a shift to it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera or maybe if it's easier to see like on my finger because you can definitely tell there. Like it just has this sheen and a little bit of like a shift to maybe like a light pink in this melon color. These are beautiful. And like I said, they feel really nice on the skin. They feel kind of cooling, also super lightweight. This one is dried down completely, which is great. I feel like they're not going to be sticky. So if you guys would like to see me try these on in a video, let me know down below. I could definitely do that later this week. All right, and then let's check out quickly these Tarte H2O balms. So I got two shades, Villa and Zen, both kind of neutral. These say that they have plant collagen, squalane, hyaluronic acid, and algae. So here's what the packaging looks like. They're a little bit shorter than I was expecting. Like a typical lip crayon, I feel like, is usually a little bit longer. But I don't know if they have the same amount of product in it, if it's just the packaging. These are 3 grams each, or 0.1 ounce. And then here's what the crayon looks like. This one is Villa. So I'm just going to put these on my arm here too. That's really pretty. I love lip crayons just in the summertime more, I feel like. I just tend to reach for them more. But they're just so easy. They're quick to use. I feel like these colors are a little bit more sheer, so you could apply them without a mirror or just like if you keep it in your purse and just apply something really quickly. These do have a slight hint of a minty scent to them, which isn't my favorite, but it's not super strong at least. So here's the color Zen. That's what that one looks like. And these are just really nice. They feel nice and creamy. They have a little hint of sheen, but they're not overly glossy. They kind of have more of like a satin finish. So these two colors are beautiful. Again, if you'd like to see me just try these on my lips in a video, let me know. Maybe I could just do like a whole video on new stuff from Sephora. I actually have some other new things coming. I don't know if they're going to be here in time for the video, but there's a new cool toned Violet Voss palette that's coming. So I was hoping to get that at least before the weekend, but we'll see. I mean, but otherwise, I just think these colors are stunning. All of these are like perfect summertime shades. And also I'm very excited about the Tantour as well. So I will definitely let you know my thoughts a little bit later on. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I just got my Beauty Pie order in the mail and I ordered quite a bit of stuff this time. They've been launching a bunch of new things lately, and on social media they said that May is going to be pretty big for them in terms of new releases. So there's going to be more on the way for sure. But I got two skincare products that are both new. One is the Dr. Glycolic High Potency Exfoliating Body Lotion with 20% glycolic acid. And then also we have the Super Healthy Skin Hot Oil Double Cleansing Balm, which sounded amazing as well. Then on this side, we have their new primers. They have the Wonder Filter Velvet Finish Primer in a jar, and then also the Wonder Filter Brightening Primer. So very excited to try those. And then the other new product is the Archology Eyebrow Sculpting Gel, which also looked amazing. And then I just got a couple of their older products to try, things that I just haven't tested out from them yet. I got some of their lipsticks, which are supposed to be an exact formula dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So very excited about that. And then also I got the Moonlighting Balm and the Pro Glow highlighter. So first let's check out the Archology Eyebrow Sculpting Gel. So from what I've seen, this looks like it's probably going to be a dupe kind of for like the Glossier Boy Brow. I'm not really going to be able to test this out today, but if I do test it out during the week, I will let you know my thoughts for sure. So here's the little wand. It looks really, really similar to like Benefit's Gimme Brow or even the Glossier Boy Brow as well. And I got mine in the shade Perfect Brown, which they said was a neutral color. So hopefully that's a good match. And then when it comes to the lipsticks, these, like I said, they're called Future Lipstick Matte, and I saw something online somewhere. I'm going to have to go back and look now, but they compared the ingredients of this, and they are identical, like almost ingredient for ingredient, the same as the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and these are also made in Italy. So I got 4 different shades to try, so I figured I'd just swatch them quickly. Here's a look at the packaging. They're really nice and heavy. Kind of feels like a metal tube, similar to if you've ever held the Fresh lip balms, the sugar lip balms. It feels very similar to that. It's almost like a matte finish metal tube. It's really nice. And then here's what the bullet looks like. They have Beauty Pies stamped into it, which is so cool. So let's go ahead and swatch Cowboy Nude first. This I think is like their most famous color. Oh wow, this feels so lightweight and silky. I don't actually own any of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks except for this tiny little sample of Pillow Talk that I've had for a long time. I'm actually curious to see if any of the shades I got are a dupe for Pillow Talk, so I can definitely swatch that one too, and we'll take a look. This one's called Baby Beige, so let's go ahead and swatch this one. So let's swatch this one next to Cowboy Nude. So this one's definitely a little bit lighter, but it's a gorgeous color as well. And then this one's called Sweet Life. So I did get a lot of more neutral colors for the most part. These are just so thin. Like the formula doesn't feel heavy at all. They do have a bit of a vanilla scent, so I just wanted to mention fragrance as well. But these colors are so pretty. And then the last one is Bare Pink. I don't know what happened to this one. It looks all kind of like chewed up. I think maybe from the cap, or maybe it melted in transit. I don't know. There's a little bit of lipstick stuck in the cap as well. So a little bit of damage there, but it doesn't look like it was used at least, so that's okay. All right, and there's Bare Pink. So let me just go grab Pillow Talk and we'll see if any of these are a dupe. All right, so here's my little Pillow Talk. I'll just put it right here. Yeah, I mean, it's probably closest to this one, I would say, or maybe, oh, it's hard to say because these are all kind of similar. I feel like it's got to be either this one or this one that it's closest to. So those were Sweet Life, I think was this one I said. And so this one was Baby Beige and this one was Sweet Life. So it's very close to both of those. It's really hard to say. I want to say it's closest to Sweet Life because it's a little bit more pink like that one, but not positive. Then sometimes I look at it and I think it's close to Baby Beige. But either way, very similar, I guess, in terms of formula. It felt very similar drawing it on, but I'm definitely going to have to try them on my lips to be sure. All right, and then you know what? Let's try the hot oil double cleansing balm, and I'll use it to remove the lipstick and see how that goes. So this has cold pressed baobab oil and also rice bran oil and aloe juice. And it says to rub a grape size amount onto dry palms, warm it to soften, then apply it to your face using the gentle heat to deep clean. So I guess it's supposed to heat up a little. Gradually add water till it breaks into a milk, and then rinse and remove with a warm, wet washcloth. So one thing that I always look for in cleansing balms is something that's going to take off my makeup and not leave a super greasy film behind. So the packaging on this is so heavy. It's like a big frosted glass jar. It feels so nice and luxurious. This is actually made in Japan. I'm just going to scoop a little bit of this out. Ooh, it's like really, really thick and rich. It feels very kind of almost like Vaseline, so I'm a little bit worried about how greasy this is going to be, but let's just put a little on my hand. I want to see like how it warms up, how it breaks down this lipstick. It seems to be breaking up the makeup really, really easily. Like it's just melting away, which is great. I hardly have to put any pressure. I hardly even had to move it. And it does heat up, but ever so slightly. It's not turning hot. It actually feels really soothing and comforting. That's going to be really nice, I think, before bed. So let me go ahead and add a little water to this and rinse it off, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, I'm back. My hand feels so soft right now. It doesn't have any kind of greasy film left behind at all. So even though it says double cleanse, I feel like you wouldn't necessarily have to double cleanse unless maybe you have like a more oily skin type and you would want to get more of a deep clean. But so I feel like if you have really dry skin like me, especially, you probably wouldn't really feel like you need to double cleanse after using this. I mean, my skin just feels super, super soft and velvety. It rinsed away super easily with almost no effort and took the makeup with it. So I'm really excited to test this one out for sure. Next, let's test out the Dr. Glycolic Body Lotion. This says it has 20% glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, jojoba oil, shea butter, green tea, and vitamin E. So 20% glycolic is pretty strong. It says here, do not use after shaving, waxing, laser treatments, or before or after prolonged sun exposure. A mild tingling sensation may occur, but this should subside after a few moments. Not for use on the face, suitable for all skin types except sensitive, and that it helps visibly improve keratosis pilaris or bumpy chicken skin on the arms, legs, and buttocks. Okay. This says 2 to 3 times weekly, so you're not supposed to use it every day, but I'm just curious to see how this works out. So I guess I'll just put it on my clean hand here. I can be pretty sensitive to glycolic acid on my face, but usually on my body, I don't really have a problem with it. So this feels like a nice light lotion. It's not thick and greasy, but it definitely has a lot of moisturization to it. Like it's really making my skin feel nice. Ooh, I am feeling a little bit of that tingling sensation going on. It's not painful, it's not stinging or burning, but I definitely feel like a little something. So this is just super powerful stuff. If you guys saw my video last week with the First Aid Beauty KP Bump lotion, that one has the lactic acid in it, which is much gentler on the skin than this is. So if you think glycolic might be too much for you, then I would definitely check out the other one because that one is really good too. But glycolic acid just penetrates deeper into the skin than lactic acid does. Lactic usually works more on the top surface. It's a bigger molecule, and this one is much smaller, so it goes deeper. So that's why some people have issues with sensitivity towards it, but I'm excited to use this. I think it'll also be a great treatment for like rough, bumpy feet as well. Like if you get calluses or just have really dry skin on your feet and ankles, I tend to get that. Also my knees because I have really dry skin. So I think this is going to be awesome. Next up, I'm super excited to try these 2 new primers. The Wonder Filter Velvet Finish Primer in particular, to me, almost looked a little bit like my L'Oreal Studio Secrets primer, and I recently heard that that was being discontinued, and I am so upset. So I'm starting to look for replacements. I know Winky Lux has one that's really similar, but this one was even less expensive. So this one says the Velvet Finish Primer is supposed to blur the appearance of pores, blur imperfections, and make your base blend better and wear longer. Follow with everyday great skin foundation or concealer powder. Okay, so this is made in Italy. And again, really heavy glass jar. It feels just like a high-end product. It's gorgeous. All right, and this looks pink, very similar to my L'Oreal Studio Secrets, but it actually doesn't feel the same. This feels a little bit more creamy. I feel like the L'Oreal one is a little bit more moussey. So this feels like kind of like a luxurious face cream almost. I think I might have taken a little too much, but I'll just blend it back towards my arm a little bit. Okay, so as I blend it, it is starting to have like, or take on that velvety feel where you can see like pores blurring out. My skin is looking so smooth right now. I'm actually just blurring out like all these pores here. You kind of just see them disappear completely. Wow. And it's not feeling sticky or tacky at all. It's just making a super, like almost glass smooth canvas for makeup. Wow, I'm really, really excited to try this out. Here's a look at like my two hands. This one just looks so much smoother and it feels amazing. So, oh my gosh, okay. Definitely I'll be trying this out a little bit later today. All right, next up we have the Wonder Filter Brightening Primer, and this one is made in Korea, and it says luminizing, active, charged, and hydrating. It says to blur imperfections, even skin tone, and add a naturally dewy, beautiful backlit finish. All right, so let's check this one out. So this one comes in a tube. It looks like that. Really, really pretty. And I'm just going to put this one on the other hand so we can see what it looks like. It has a pretty kind of pink pearlized finish to it. And this has a feel very similar to other brightening primers that I've tried, especially from K-Beauty brand. I have a peach primer from Peach Sea that I got from Yes Style that reminds me a lot of this, although this doesn't have the peachy scent to it, but it just gives your skin that beautiful glow. It doesn't have shimmer particles in it. Like I know some that I've tried, especially from drugstores like here in the US, they can sometimes add like these little glitters, and I don't really like the glitter, but this just gives like that pearly sheen to your skin. It is so beautiful. And I love to wear these with a lighter coverage foundation so that this glow just peeks through a little bit. You can also mix a little bit of this in with foundation as well, and they're just so pretty. I love the finish on this, so I definitely can't wait to give that a try as well. And then the last two are kind of sort of highlighters. This Moonlighting Balm is actually, I figured I would use this more as a blush because of the color that it is. So this is made in Italy. It says light diffusing, instant radiance, and optical pigments. And it says apply to cheekbones and the bridge of your nose for subtly strobed and beautiful youthful skin. So to me online, this looked like kind of a peachy bronzy color. It only comes in one shade. Yeah, so there we go. It's definitely looks just like it did online, and I thought this would make a gorgeous kind of glowy blush. So let's see what this looks like. The powder feels super silky. Let's see what it looks like on the skin. All right, so it doesn't actually have as much color to it as I was expecting it to. It really is more like a highlighter. I mean, I saw this in the pan, this color. I was thinking it was going to be, I mean, looking at this in the pan, it doesn't look this light, but really, I mean, there's not a whole lot of pigment to it. Let me just try to build it up a little. I mean, I still think it's going to make such a pretty blush topper, especially because, again, it's not glittery. It's just that little bit of glow. It has kind of a pearlized sheen to it. So I think this might be great just to add a little bit of glow to your cheeks. If you're somebody like I am who doesn't like crazy sparkly highlighters, then this might be really pretty. I'm definitely going to have to test this out. And last but not least, we have the Pro Glow highlighter. And this also only comes in one shade. This is made in Italy as well. It says sweep across the high points of the face for glowing, gorgeously strobed skin. And this one, the pattern that's inside reminds me of something. If you guys can think of what it is, let me know. But this particular pattern, I know Makeup Revolution did highlighters like this as well. And at the time, people were saying it was a dupe for a high-end brand. And I don't know why it's escaping me right now. I can't think of the name. But this is a baked strobing powder. You can see kind of the different colors marbled in. And I thought this looked gorgeous. So let's take a look. All right, so it looks like it's going to be pretty intense. Let's just swipe some on. Wow, but because of the baked formula, this is so smooth And really, again, I'm not seeing like glitter in this. Even though it's a little bit more glow than this one, it's just so smooth and it's almost giving like a wet look, which is interesting. That looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm really excited to test out all of this stuff. As you guys know, I am obsessed with Beauty Pie. If you haven't joined Beauty Pie yet, I do have a coupon code for new members. It's Jen Sent Me, so I'll leave that linked down below, and that'll give you an extra $50 spending limit as part of your plan on their site. So anyway, if you guys have tried any of these products, I would love to hear your thoughts down below.